Good morning, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Hardround Skill Center near Fountain Chowk, Yamunanagar. Our center code is 034. I'm Ankit Sharma. Students, in ethical hacking, we were discussing about system hacking. Now, in today's lecture, we'll be discussing about the physics. Okay, so let's start. What is physics? Physics. It is an attempt to grab sensitive information. Your sensitive information and identifiers such as credit card details while doing online transactions or e-marketing indirectly money. So what is phishing? It is an attempt to grab the sensitive information. Any kind of sensitive information means your contact details, your personal information, any kind of identities, your credit card, debit card details, all such things, your ATM card pins. This is indirectly it means money. So attempt to grab your money is like phishing. So while doing online transactions, when you are doing online transactions or e-marketing, there is a risk of your sensitive information. Okay. So any kind of this credit card details, username, passwords, while using your personal email account for or other social networking sites. The term phishing sounds similar to phishing. Phishing is similar to phishing due to the use of bait to catch the victim as a people. Bait means net. Bait to catch the victim as possible for a while catching a fish. When we used to catch a fish, we used to set a net for it. We used to throw a net in the river. So bait and net is both same in personal means in information techniques or in computer language we used to say bait to catch the victim and the catching the fish is proof net. Okay, so this chapter is not about motivating you for phishing, it educates you to keep yourself safe from such attacks. We are not making a lecture on motivating you about the phishing, we are just making this chapter to how to protect yourself or how to keep yourself safe from such attacks. Now, what are the table of contents? Areas where physics can be performed. Okay, the first topic. Second comes is types of physics. Third comes is protection and countermeasures. So these are my 3 points of today's class. So first, let's go on areas where physics can be performed. Next, we'll be reading about types of physics. And third, we'll be reading about protection and countermeasures. Areas where physics can be performed. What are the areas? The first one is auction websites, online buying sites, social networking websites, bank websites, online payment processing websites are commonly the target area of hackers. These are the target area: auction websites, online buying sites, social networking websites, bank websites, online payment processing websites are the common target area of hackers to tempt unsuspected victims in a large number, where all such persons are being hacked or being their sensitive information is being grabbed from these sites, because a legitimate user or a normal user is not aware of all such things. As I'm using my bank website and transacting something or I'm making a transactions of money, so like hackers are sitting everywhere, okay, on every website, on everything. So particularly if I'm a person and I'm using my bank website, I'm not aware of hackers until and unless I'm learning ethical hacking. Nobody's professional. If a new user is using his transaction details through any kind of websites, and there are also such cases in which fake websites are also made. So through this fake websites, a person can be hacked or his money can be hacked easily using him. If I'm creating a fake website, I'm a hacker and I'm creating a fake website. So I'll be using I'll be sending those websites links to people who are using their bank accounts or the online payment processing websites. I'll be sending them my web link. Okay. When they'll be clicking those web links and putting their username, passwords, and their pins of their ATMs, I'll be getting all the information of their username, pins, and ATMs and their CVV also. What I will do, I'll make an online transactions. There will be given an OTP. Okay, I'm getting those information and I'm sending those using those informations further. I'll be using those information repeatedly simultaneously. Okay, so there will be an OTP sent it to the user. If he'll be putting that there, then I'll be getting that OTP here. Then I'll be hacking his or her online transactions and I'll make a payment. So this is how payment works. So never believe on that illegitimate links, only believe on the legal websites. Unsuspected victims in a large number. So this technique is carried out by instant messaging. I told you that instant messaging, OTPs or email spoofing. Spoofing is like making fake ID, fake websites. Fake. Now your username, your password, PIN, and other secret codes at a fake website. I have given already you example of the fake website. I haven't told that name spoofing. This is the right name of the thing. Okay, so fake websites which looks and feels precisely similar to the legitimate websites. I've already given that example. Now, phishing is the logical form of social engineering attack to deceive the victim. Now, thinking like a victim, where phishing scams will send links you to the that will suppose or take you to the trusted site. It could also be an email that seems like it came from the bank and could force you to log into your account. As you use your username and password to sign in, the hackers at once get your username and passwords and take malicious access to your account. So this is the areas where phishing can be performed. Okay. Now coming on to the next, what are the types of phishing? To become an ethical hacker or cybersecurity expert, you must know the possible techniques that can be performed under a phishing attack. Let's check out some of the phishing types and subcategories. The first one comes as instant messaging. It is the method by which the user gets a message with a link that directs the target user to a fake phishing website. Instant messaging. Okay, it is kind of method in which a user used to get a message with a link that directs the target users to fake phishing websites. Spoofing. Indirect meaning is spoofing. Okay, so fake sites are being produced and look similar like the original one. So when you click on the user URL or the website, it directly reaches you to the username and password. When you put your username and password there, you directly the hacker directly gets the access to your account and can do transactions and make your money okay. So if the user doesn't see the URL, it seems hard to identify the difference between the counterfeit and the original one. Next comes is spamming. Phishers or digital criminals performing phishing activities send the same email to the millions of users, requesting them to fill the personal details. You used to fill your personal details in some kind of website, and millions of users are being provided that kind of thing. These details are used by the phishers to do illicit activities on your name. So this is spamming. Coming on to the next, Trojan horse as a host. These are invisible hacker programs which logs into your account to collect the victim's information. The acquired information is obtained and transferred to its creator and the figure who sends it. This is called Trojan horse or host. Now, web-based delivery, also termed as man in the middle. MITM stands for man in the middle attack, where attacker security relays and alters the communication between two parties. Here, the figure stands between legitimate website and the user. As the sensitive data is passed, the fizzer receives that information without the user consent or knowledge. Okay, coming on to the next. Phishing using keylogger. Keyloggers are malicious programs that are recorded every keystroke by the user of the computer. Keylogger means hacking your keyboard even. Uh, any hacker can hack your keyboard. Keylogger indirectly means keylogger, keyboard. Keylogger keystrokes can hack your keystrokes. Keystrokes are in keyboard of your computer, which is infected by the keylogger or gain fraudulent accesses. These keystrokes are then sent to the keylogger program directly. Phishing using content injections. Content injections is a method used by phishers to replace the parts of contents on a trusted website page, usually done to mislead the user to go to the page outside the legitimate web page where the user is asked to enter personal information. Okay. Now next comes is phishing through search engines. Search engines are also used for phishing scams where users are directed to product sites offering low cost and products or services. When the user tries to buy the product by entering credit card details, then it is collected by the fuzzer site. For doing this, using PHP, ASP, and Java, etc., JSP, etc. languages are used to develop that type of page. Phone-based phishing. In this technique, phisher makes a call to the target users and asks to dial a number. When you dial a number, the phish's purpose is to get the bank account information through the phone. The phone phishing can be done by this. Fake caller IDs. Okay, coming on to the next, protection and countermeasures against the phishing. The first one is use trusted security software. You should use the trusted security software for your computer. Coming on to the next, never ever give personal information over the email or private messages. If you are sending any email or if you are sending any private message, so never give your personal information on email or private messages. Be cautious while opening malicious links and attachments. You should be very aware whether the website is legitimate or illegitimate. Okay, so use an on-screen keyboard to type sensitive information like passwords or PIN. Instead of using your keyboard, you should use an online on-screen keyboard which is available on your screen. Okay, for using your sensitive informations like passwords and pins, etc. Okay, students, this was our topics, and we have gone through the phishings. What are the types of phishings? Okay, so it is an attempt to grab sensitive information. Now, what were the table of contents? First one was areas, second one was types of phishing, and third one was protection. So we have discussed all the three table of contents. Areas where phishing can be performed, as I told you, in bank details, on online transactions or online transactions, bank websites, processing websites, and username, passwords, and spoofing techniques can also be used. We discussed about the types of phishing. The first one was to become an ethical hacker, instant messaging, spamming, Trojan horse as hosts, web-based deliveries, phishing using keylogger, content injection, search engines, and phone-based phishing. Now protection was use trusted security softwares, never ever give your personal information to over email or private, on-screen passwords, and be cautious to malicious links. Okay, students, thank you.